Testing. One, two, three. Can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hi. Hello, hello. Hi, Migo. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. So this is gonna be my first stream. I'm going to be doing a simple PowerPoint presentation to talk about the production of what the team is and all those kind of things. So let us just dive right into it. Break. Okay, it's still working up to this point, right? I have to look at chat somewhere else, but we'll probably not be. I'll probably not be too focused on chat for today. I just want to take this opportunity to kind of let you guys know a little bit about myself and a little bit about like Bepples production in general, so that we. So I am a little nervous, as you can see, but I'll try my best. So let's go on with it. So here are the contents for the stream. For anybody who's watching the VOD after this, you can go to the timestamp that I'm going to put on the comment section, and then whichever topic that you see that you're interested in, right? Just go there and you can look at it. Okay, so a little bit about Bepples production, right? Actually, we are a bunch of college friends. We were doing art school together all the way back in 2017, and there were 6 of us at the beginning, and we've been working together on many projects over the years. And currently, only 4 of us are actually involved in Bepples right now. And this artwork over here is actually the some of our original designs back in 2017. And over the years, we have been doing lots and lots of art and lots of games and things like that. So why am I getting into a live stream? I kind of want to let you guys know a little bit about all this first. So I want to create a stronger relationship with you guys, the viewers, through communication, because one feedback that I've always been getting while I've been doing this channel is that most people do not really associate me with the channel or the team itself with the channel. And it makes me it kind of makes me feel a little sad from time to time, right? Like when I talk to people and then they be like, oh, my image of you is actually the icon that you use on YouTube, which is essentially just Bibu, right? Um, of course, I don't want to be just looking like my Oshi, right? That's kind of not the way to go with things. So I want to create a stronger relationship and a stronger identity for the channel itself. That's why I'm starting to stream. I'm going to be doing more streams regularly from time to time. And what I want to be streaming on would be updates on the projects that will be worked on. For example, big videos, game projects that we're working on, and all those kind of things. But also, one very important one is the money over here. So a lot of you guys would be like, oh, hey, oh, wait, by the way, you can call me Katsu instead of just Bepples, right? Because Bepples is a team where there's like 4 of us, and I'm the leader of the team. So you can call me Katsu. So you people would be like, oh, Katsu, why would you be wanting money on this? Isn't this like a passion project? Of course it is. At the end of the day, a passion project, right? We really enjoy making the animations and all those kind of things. But if you look at it over here, we've been working on this channel for about 8 months, right? And while we do have like 1.5 million views on the channel, the total amount of money that I've received from YouTube itself is about $650. This is definitely not a livable wage. And as you know, as some of you guys, right, probably there are a lot of regulars here. I've seen a lot of our channel members over here. I actually stopped uploading around December and January of last year. The main reason was that I was busy working on more on commissions and IRL jobs, so that I will actually have more months that I can continue doing this YouTube thing. So as you know, it's just not feasible for me to be making 1 to 2 animations every week on such a low amount of money that we are earning, right? And because of that, I want to be doing a little bit more live streaming where there will be more hours and hopefully people are actually interested in content. And with interesting content means you guys will be watching ads or whatever it is. I know ads are bad, but hear me out. Ads help the channel. Okay, so we've gotten out of the way why I'm starting live streaming. I'm just gonna check the comments for a bit just to make sure that it's working right. Okay, so this thing is working. Okay. So it is history class after all, so let's begin. The start of Bepples began in a McDonald's, actually. So around the time of January of last year, my friends and I, we haven't been working together for about like a year or so at that point. So we were sitting together in McDonald's and then we were just kind of having a burger, uh talking about stuff, and we were like, hey, we should be working on stuff together again. So immediately on the spot, right, we just started taking our iPads out and then we just started drawing designs and then we started sketching out how things will look, right? And then eventually we came up with something like a storyboard, a simple storyboard, right? So there are four of us working on this. And actually, there were only three of us in the McDonald's, and we added one other person afterwards. But among the three of us, we chose our Oshis. So all of us were Hololive fans all the way back in 2019, I must say. I personally was introduced to Hololive around the time Pecora started streaming, and I was a huge fan of Pecora's content. So we've been watching Hololive for a really, really long time. And around the time that wanted to do this channel, we were the three of us, each of us have our own different Oshis. And we actually chose to do Bibu because all three of us, we do like Bibu a lot. And we thought, hey, this would be fun. So as the leader, I picked the video. I was a tiebreaker actually, and I picked the video, right? And this is actually the first video that I saw of Bibu, and it made me feel like I really enjoy her content, right? Because she's so sassy, and the way they were like making jumping around Mori just feels very fun to watch. And so here is the first video that we ever made. So as you can see, right, I'll go one more time, but I'll comment a little bit on what I was feeling when we were seeing this for the first time. The initial idea that we wanted to do this was that we wanted to try to make content because there were so many clips and so many videos that we wanted to do, right? And we wanted to be able to represent as many as we can in the time that we wanted to do them. So we decided to do something like spine animation or puppet animation, as we call them. But none of us were really good at editing videos or anything like that. So you can see right from here that a real quick, the animation itself is janky. It's not that great. So we looked at the result, right, and we were like, we can do better. And then for the next 3 months, because for some of you guys who have been here from the start, right, we actually posted our first video in the 10th of April, which is our anniversary coming up. And at the time, it was 3 months away from the time that we were sitting and having this talk on McDonald's, right? So what really happened was that we decided that, hey, we just want to do the best possible animation that we can. And then we decided to start learning frame by frame animations, as we were purely illustrators and game developers and game designers at the time. None of us ever touched animations and none of us really knew what we were doing. So all of us went our separate ways and we were studying what we can. We were drawing frames and lots of testing. And then finally, we were kind of happy with this, and this was the start of Bepples. Okay, so I took the opportunity to read the comments, so there is no sounds. So let me just do a quick fix over here. Um, why is there no audio? Let me just try to adjust this. In testing, there was audio, so
And today, I have a cat in the room. Hi! He really likes the curtains right now. he's really interested in the curtains. Not his toys. Even though he has a bajillion toys, he just really likes the curtains. He's in the room with me today so I can watch him.
so this was the first video we ever made, and it was actually our first attempt at doing animation, like straight up. Okay, so it is quiet, so let me just up the gain a little bit on the browser video.
And today,
Okay, how's the audio?
I have a cat in the room. Hi! He really likes the curtains right now. he's really interested in the curtains. Not his toys. Even though he has a bajillion toys, he just really likes the curtains. He's in the room with me today so I can watch him.
Okay, so I'll show you guys the previous video one more time, just so that you can watch it with the audio, right?
All right, now make sure you customize your baby. I'm sure that you can still use Robot Baby. That would be weird if you couldn't.
Unless it's a robot baby glitch. What did you say, bitch? No! I just said bitch!
Don't use that
Oh,
word.
I thought you're good. I mixed baby and glitch together.
For some of you guys that have been following this the channel for a bit, right? Eventually, I did remake this video, and it was definitely one of my favorite ones that we've worked on. There was some censorship issues where I accidentally named the video "Bibu gets hit by a car," and YouTube shadow banned me for like a couple months. But like, I'm still really proud of the video, although I'm not going to be showing it here today, right? So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the video making process, because I actually get asked this kind of things a lot. Whether it's from DMs or just people writing in the comment section and things like that. So I just kind of want to show you guys how the videos are made. In general, when we start a video, right, we always begin by drawing character models for our animations. The importance for this is that we will always know how the character looks like, and when we're drawing, we'll try our best to make it look as on model as possible when we're doing the animations. After we have the character model, we eventually start by mapping out storyboards. And during the storyboard phase, we usually will look for like whatever references that we think will fit into the animation and certain kind of frames from other animes or shows or whatever it is, right? That we look through or that we like, and we add it into it. So after that, we kind of just put them together with some audio editing.
How do you say please say it?
No. Oh.
Yute kudasai. Not roku na. Roku nana. Roku nana. No. Roku nana. Roku nana. Hi. So. Roku nana. Roku nana. Hi.
People, you're scaring her.
どういう意味なんだ、
意味ない。
意味ない。
意味ない。はい、意味ない。絶対意味ない。
So normally after the storyboard, right, I will cut together the audio and make sure, for example, I want to keep the pacing correct, or let's say if certain kind of lines are too far apart, we'll add in some sound effects in between and kind of space out so that the viewers will have the, for example, right, you can see this part over here. I purposely added in some sound effects just so that this part and this part wouldn't be too close together, but it wouldn't also be too soft. It gives you time to think about what Rokunana means. And after that, there should be a cleaner version. So we get a cleaner version of, we detail the sketch to make sure that all the frames look on model as possible. And this is the part where sometimes we'll have to redo some of the things if it doesn't look too good. Or for example, let's say maybe if the distribution of like the composition is not that great here, we would actually readjust the frames, or sometimes we would even add totally new frames in this part, because this is almost the finished product. And then the easiest part at the end would be adding in the colors and adding in the subtitles.
How do you say please say it?
No. Oh.
Not roku na. Roku nana.
Roku nana.
No. Roku nana.
Roku nana.
Hi. So. Roku nana.
Roku nana.
Hi.
You're scaring her. People, you're scaring her.
どういう意味なんだ、
意味ない。
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 はい、意味ない。絶対意味ない。
So we get to hit the final, right? Usually I would actually spend quite some time to just think about the music. For example, this specific music, right, that we picked for this. This is Azuki's Minecraft music. And usually what I like to do is, depending on who the focus of the video is, I will actually use their just chatting BGM or the holo memes, something that fits the holo mem and also fits the video in general. So finding the right BGM usually takes some time. And there are also certain things with the editing, right?
No.
You can see that the timing of the, like for example, this specific subtitle, it has a different effect from this subtitle. And usually what I do over here is that I make sure that the, oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I make sure that the subtitles, right, is not too, if the frame is too boring, I make the subtitles more interesting. So sometimes if you realize that some of my videos have really, really fast ADHD style subtitles, it usually means that I feel that the frame is a little bit too slow. So I try to trick your eyes with fast moving subtitles. I am not a professional animator. So I just started checking chat for a little bit. I'm not a professional animator. I started animating when this channel started. So a little, maybe if you just tune in right now, what happened was that earlier before, at the earlier part of the stream, maybe you can go back to the VOD after this, I did show that we were learning as we go. starting from the very first video, right, there was close to no editing done. It was just frame to frame animations, and then the subtitles had like no effects. And after about 8 months to 10 months, about 10 months that we've been working on this, that I learned a lot, including how to manipulate the subtitles, how to add additional effects, how to cut the video so that it looks good. In fact, right, the earlier videos that we did, there was not even music, or the audio was not even processed properly before we started putting the things in. So the channel really is a learning experience from us, the four of us, which are friends the four of us friends, and we are really learning things as we go. And honestly, I'm really happy with where we are at as we are approaching our 1 year anniversary. Okay, so now I want to talk about this video that I have the permission from Raora to talk about. This was definitely the most challenging video and the proudest video that the team has ever made. This includes, this is of course myself. I want to tell you a little bit about the experience when this was happening. Actually, we were having like a class reunion when I received the commission to work on this. And the class reunion is basically just the entire Bepples team, which was the 6 of us back in college. And people were coming in from out of town, and I received this on my phone, and I was just like, the moment I heard the audio, I just thought, I really want to make this video really good. And for like the 2 days of the class reunion, I was literally just sitting in a corner while everybody was kind of hanging out and stuff like that, right? I was just figuring out, oh, so I want to reference this scene, or I want to do that scene, or I want to include this in it, and I want to include that feeling in it, and so on and so forth. I'm going to show you the video. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the inspirations that I have placed in this video that I feel is really...
It still feels like a dream. Soon, I'll be on a real stage in New York. I've never performed in front of so many people before. Just thinking about it makes my heart beat faster. I've been practicing every day, tripping over dancers' moves, singing in the shower. Little by little, it's finally starting to feel real. Sometimes I get nervous, but then I think of my Titini and I smile. Because no matter how scared I feel, I want to shine for you. And I'll give it everything I've got.
You will notice that this is probably the only video that we've ever done, that I've ever worked on, right? That we are using actual anime human proportions while we're working on this video. The reason for this is that the moment that I realized that I was going to work on a video that about Raora being nervous before her concert, it was something that I've always wanted to work on, because as someone who works in this field, right, it's very obvious that I like anime and I like to watch cartoons, animes, and animated shows and stuff like that. One of my favorite genre of animes have always been idol shows. So whether it was shows like Love Live or Sinful Gear, or even manga like AKB49, right? There's always been this one of the most satisfying things about this kind of shows has always been when the main characters finally get the courage, or after the practice and whatever it is that they have to go through, right? And then they finally get to go on the stage and they get to perform. And the voice line that I received while going through this, it made me feel like this was a video that I really wanted to work on. So I started gathering inspirations, right? And if you look through the video, there was a part where Raora was like, I have been practicing every day, tripping over dance moves and things like that, right? I really wanted to have a similar vibe to this episode of Love Live, where the main character herself has no confidence and has a lot of confidence. She wants to perform, and the other people are nobody really believed in her at the time, but she still kept going anyway. And her friends eventually joined her, and they went to perform. I wanted to capture that kind of feeling in the early half of the Raora video, which was the part where she was talking about practicing and that kind of thing. Then the second thing, just so you know, all the inspirations are from Love Life for this specific video. The second one is this episode from Love Life Loving Bell, which is about this character who had a complex about her own identity and whether she deserves to be in the spotlight or not. And throughout the episode, she just feels really nervous, and people encourage her. And eventually, as she walked up on the stage and the light shines on her, you can see that she is meant for the stage and she shines really brightly, which was a huge element in the video that we made here, right?
It
That I
feels
wanted
good
to
little by
add
little.
this walk
It's finally
vibe.
starting to feel real.
Was heavily
Sometimes I
inspired
get
by that
nervous,
episode
but
of Love
then
Live.
I think of my Tatini and I smile. Because no matter how scared I feel, I want to shine for you. And I'll give it everything I've got.
And then for this final frame, I wanted a really impactful finishing, which was similar to this Love Life scene where I wanted to make the layers of the light go really fast, right? But by the time I was onto this part of the video, we were really short on time, and it's sad to say that at that time, our skill level was also really weak when it comes to editing videos. So there was no way for us to really create this effect that I wanted to do. But you can kind of see me trying to simulate it at the end over here.
Everything I've got.
If there was another chance to do something like this, I think it will be a much better result. But nonetheless, in the 10 months that we've been working on videos over here, this is by far my proudest video that we've done. So we're nearing the end of what I have planned for this stream, right? And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the future of Bepples live streaming. In general, what I'm going to be live streaming as we are moving forward to just the new direction that we're going, right? I want to focus more on updates and definitely communication through streams, but also I want to focus on any cool things, upcoming projects that I want to work on, right? So for example, this is Chef Vince. This is the Holo Jam game that the team has made, but we didn't have enough time to really program it to finish it. So what's gonna happen is on the next stream, which I believe would be around February 21, I would be releasing the completed version where I'll be working on the programming for this while we're doing the animations, but we are close to finishing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this, and then we're gonna go through a stream together where I tell you the behind the scenes of how the game was made, what the visuals idea was like, what are the references that we use, and all those kind of things, and the design for the food. We have about 30 plus illustrations for the story in this game that we made in 1 week, and how it feels like to work with a bunch of people and that kind of things. That will all be covered in the next stream. And also, I will be playing it on stream and showing it to you guys a little bit on how that thing is going to look like and whether it's going to be fun or not. We'll see. And of course, the following stream, we'll be talking about the Raora's Mystery Dungeon. So this is I've always wanted to create like a actual series, right? Not just clips, animations of clips and that kind of things. So I wanted to have a lot more creative liberty, and we're going to be making a 6 to 8 minute episode covering Raora's gameplay of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, where there is already a story within that game, and it's being worked on. I hope you guys will enjoy it when it comes up. So thank you. That is the end of the stream. This is the end of the presentation over here. So let's do a short Q&A for anybody who has anything they want to know. Yeah, so anybody have any questions? Wait, is chat moving? Oh yeah, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not expecting like too many people here to ask questions. Okay, so Sora, how much time do you take in doing a complete animation? So you can see that we usually do like the team, right? Even though I say that we're four friends working on this, the truth is that one of us aren't really working on this most of the time, simply because there's not too much incentive to really make us work full time on this, right? While a lot of us do have our second jobs to sustain us, in general, it takes about for the videos that we used to do that was about 1.5 minutes, right? It takes us about 80 hours total, split among the three of us. So while we're doing this one, right, we are also doing the videos for the following week. And I wouldn't split it perfectly because at the end of the day, right, what happens is that we always take like a week break in between where all three of us will be working on storyboards and just churning out ideas. In fact, there are actually a lot of storyboards that are not used right now, or that after storyboarding and making the reels, right, we feel like hey, this is just not that great or this is not good enough. So I would say that a comfortable 60 to 80 hours would be an appropriate amount of time. But the shorts that we're doing these days, which has a lot more editing in it, less frame to frame drawings, right? I think 20-ish hours would be enough from testing out the reels and doing the editing before the drawing and all those kind of things, right? I think about 20 hours is sufficient for the recent videos, which is why you can see, right, that we're doing 2 uploads a week this right now, because among the three of us, we can actually do quite a bit. Next question. The turnaround time is quite quick. Okay. So when it comes to agreeing on a storyboard, right? Agreeing on a storyboard, it would be everybody gets to throw their storyboard in a ring, and we would look through it, and then sometimes we would let some of our friends. So we do have friends and we do have affiliates, and a lot of people from time to time, right? I do have like, for example, people that I teach that join us to do some animations, or friends who just want to participate a little bit here and there. We do allow people to help us out with animations here and there, and we do have from time to time that kind of things do happen. And I try my best to always look through multiple opinions before deciding on whether a storyboard will proceed to the finishing. But most of the time, I make the decisions as the leader and the owner of the channel. I make the decisions on what goes through and what doesn't go through. The me go jealous of creative. Oh, it takes time, but at the end of the day, a lot of people do enjoy doing these kind of things, right? Which is what we're doing. So for Waffle, Frosty Waffle, which was your favorite animation to do so far? 100% is the Raora one that I was showing off earlier, the first concert video. But if you're talking about which is my overall favorite one on my channel, it would have to be the Cookie Meow Meow, the one where Rara and Ina, uh, Rara get offered Ina a cookie, and I just think that was like the most adorable one. And also, I feel like that a lot more creative liberties were put in that one. I don't know why, we just felt like we had so many ideas to make that video as cute as possible. So for me, I think that was my favorite video to work on. And my favorite video to watch is the one where Bibu eats plastic. Okay, so fettuccine broccoli was the game your first time working? Okay, no, it's not my first time working on games at all. So I am my primary profession is actually a game developer. I code for a living. However, for that project, right, the reason why it ended up the way it did was because we had about 10 days to work on that. And the scope of the game was really big, but I ended up spending way more time on the art than I should have. And I ended up only spending 2 days on the programming. So everything you see in that prototype that I released out, right? That was 2 days of work. Because I just kept going to the art team and was like, no, I need this change. No, that the color mood for that artwork needs to change. We need to redo this one. The sprite for that one doesn't look as good, and so on and so forth. And I ended up just directing the art for way too long, and I believe that was more of a mismanagement of time than anything else. Um, so Migo, what do you then do? You have batches of videos in any given stage? Okay, so we we have batches of videos, and actually we do have like a lot of unused storyboard as well. So what essentially happens is that we, during the 1 week to 2 weeks off that we do every 3 months or so, right? What we do is we throw together as many clips as we want, as many ideas as we want, right? And then we just look through it together, and then we decide, oh hey, this could be funny, this could be nice, and then we just start trending out reels and storyboards. And when it comes to the production week, right, we just choose which one we want to produce. Or sometimes, if let's say, for example, upcoming, we have a anniversary coming up, and the anniversary is going to be featuring Cecilia. So what we're going to be doing right now is, for the next 8 weeks, we're using every single idea that we have between for Baby Doll and Raviolin. So for example, CC and Raora, CC and Bibu, and that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of weeks leading up to the anniversary, where that video is going to feature Cecilia herself. The reason for this is that out of all the HoloLive members that have retweeted us or helped us get a strong footing for our start, right? Actually, CC was the first Holo mem that retweeted our tweet, and that was what put us on the map for any of our videos, in fact. So on the first anniversary, we're gonna, yeah, with the Bibu jailbreak one, that was correct. So I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but it has Bibu and it has CC. That's it. Okay. So next, the brainstorm question. Traditional art or electronic? We went to art school, and it was illustration school for 2 years. All four of us were schoolmates. We went to classes together, we sat beside each other, and we worked together afterwards. We stopped working for a bit, together for a bit, and then we went to McDonald's one day and we just said, hey, let's do something together. As for what the background is, it's a electronic, so no traditional art background. Although we did have like a semester where we had to do mostly live art and stuff like that. Yeah, the Ina Raora video is really adorable. I do agree. Do you ever change the drawing part of the animation to fit in the captions, or do you tend to? Okay, so we put ourselves in a very unique position where the subtitles are put in about 1 hour before the video is released. So we would always be working all the way to the last hour, and sometimes we would even be like a couple minutes late on the upload. So there are times, right, where the editing is just bad, or the subtitles are not done properly, or sometimes there's audio issues and it gets released, and then I don't catch it until it gets released, right? I feel like because we really want to be disciplined with the way that we're doing things, that we are okay with this kind of flaws. But when given the chance that whenever we do have time, right, we do move the captions to fit into the place of whatever the animation is. So the caption can change places, but the animation, we do not mess with it too much. So Migo, 2 days. Oh yeah, it's pretty solid for 2 days, right? I did not sleep at all. It was 48 hours of coding. By the end of it, my brain was dead. It was dead. And I didn't even realize that when I implemented the cutscenes into the main game loop, I actually destroyed the entire game loop, and it is definitely not my proudest work when it comes to coding, but a proper version will be done soon. Hello, Mr. Neko. Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free. I I did enjoy myself talking about all these things. I feel like this kind of experience are some things that I'm really passionate about, right? Like how I went through the things that we went through, especially like the inspirations that I was thinking of, or like how we do found how we found the channels and that kind of things. So honestly, ask the questions, and I plan to do this kind of streams like more semi regularly from now on. Maybe not so much when there's nothing to talk about at all. But when there are things to talk about, I will try to hop on and maybe just give you guys a little bit behind the scenes perspective. And maybe if I feel comfortable someday, I might do like on stream drawings or on stream production, whatever it is. But for now, I think this is a pretty good first stream for me. Whoa. Thank you, RSK, for the super chat. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Um, I am not really a streamer, entertainer, or anything like that, so I don't have like super good reactions like "whoa" or anything like that. But really, thank you guys. And also Migo, thank you for the membership. And oh, and Tom Getik, thank you for the membership as well. Um, yeah. Overall, I had a great time today. I'll see you guys sometime soon. So for members, right, like new members or old members or anything like that, I will be showing some of the older projects that I've been doing on membership, and also illustrations. Every month we are going to be doing a Hololive illustration that I'll be putting up for just for members, and also I'll be a little bit more comfortable just sharing among like you guys who are kind of supporters who it's a really small group, right? Because we have like really small amount of members. I'll be sharing like my personal games, my personal projects, and that kind of things. So thank you very much, guys. I'm ending the stream here. So bye.